What do I do? Why do I not feel joy? Why do I not feel this aliveness and excitement in my life? Why is it that I feel like a robot where I just go to work every day, sit on the couch or watch TV, and you do the same patterns over and over, and you wonder why you're not happy? When we were born, when we come into this world, we have this innate pattern, innate characteristics that is embedded already in us. For me, I'm just a very quiet person. I like to keep to myself. I like to learn deeper truths. I don't like small chit chat. So this is just kind of my nature. Just always, since a little boy, just been very timid, not enjoying being in big crowds, but always keeping to myself and also studying other people, studying things of that nature. And what I've discovered through my own experience was when you start to live a life that honors how you're designed, end of conversation. Because professionally, when I was working as a therapist, so many people came to see me, and this was the issue time and time again. I would work with engineers who come and they talk about how they're depressed and they're anxious and they don't feel any fulfillment in their life. And they live in Los Angeles. Some people actually drive 4 hours in traffic every single day to and from work. And they sit in their cubicle, they answer phone calls, and again, not to knock anyone who is doing this, but for this specific person, then when I explore with them, why are you suffering? Explain to me this suffering. And they would share with me that in their hearts of heart, who they are is they're an artist. And they want to play guitar, and they love to write music. And they've always done that, and they always perform their whole life since the age of 5. Their earliest memory, they know, I just love playing music. I love writing songs. I love creating. And then you see how you live your life now. Yes, it does pay the bills, and you have to do that. It's okay. But I just want you to see that disconnect. And many people suffer because of this. So then for me, it's to how do you suffer less? And it's really to see yourself clearly. This is Buddhism, and this is what they teach. To know what is your nature. How were you designed? How were you built? And what is the fabric of you? And until I understood this concept, I was always suffering. I was always pushing and always feeling an uneasiness. So then how do you take the next step and start to assess your life clearly, to living more in alignment and also congruently? But take the time to look at things that you were taught and conditioned to be. In my family, with my kind of upbringing, my parents wanted me to be a medical doctor. I pursued 3 PhD programs, 2 in California, 1 in Thailand, because I wanted to please my parents, because I was conditioned to thinking that that was success. And every single time I did the program, I was struggling and I couldn't keep up. Or even when I was able to keep up, I didn't find this excitement and this joy. So I had this idea that to be successful, to be happy, I needed to be a doctor. I needed to be an attorney. I needed to have credentials behind my name because that's what my family wanted from me. That's what other people wanted me to do. And again, I can be good at it, but that's not who I am. And the second thing that you can take a look at is who you want to be. And these are the fantasies that you have of yourself. And Buddhism talks about this in craving. And craving is, again, like I shared, it was very exciting to have this fantasy that I can dance behind Janet Jackson, to the different major labels out there, and you create this world for yourself. And again, I continue to work hard, and the fantasy that I had about me didn't match with who I was. And even though many times I would pursue these fantasies, these dreams and these goals, even when I reached it, like when I was the real estate agent, I still had this uneasiness. I still had this suffering because again, we can trick ourselves. We can fall into this delusion. It can bear a lot of fruits and make you a lot of money, give you a lot of praise. But at the end of the day, yourself, you know that it does not align and it does not match with your true nature. And then the last part is then start to see yourself as you are. Study the fabric of you. Study the pattern that has always been there in your nature. Are you a person who likes teaching? Are you a person who likes to be by themselves? Are you a performer? Are you a person that loves education? Are you a public speaker, a networker? And again, get this clear. Not a fantasy because in your mind it feels great. Because nowadays everyone wants to be an influencer. Everyone wants to have their own Instagram and YouTube and all these big things because it feels great. It strokes the ego. And for me is you can want to be that, but sometimes you don't have the personality. Sometimes you don't have that because you were not created that way. That may sound harsh to some people because you can be anything you want to be, and I understand that concept. But what I'm saying is know who you actually are by your fabric and then start to live by that. So I hope these tools are helpful for you, but start to see yourself clearly. And when you can take out the perception you have of yourself, perception of who you want to be, perception and pressures that you get from your peers and your friends and your family and culture and society. And just because you are good at something doesn't mean that it's your nature. And it may not fit, but I think people are the most happy when they truly know who they are. They don't compare themselves to other people, and they just keep training themselves every day and live a life that is in alignment. But my hope for anyone who is suffering out there to have the courage, be strategic. If you need to keep your old lifestyle, it's okay. But if you want to make a shift, include this part. Take some time to get quiet, take some time to get still, and then study and look at from a young age in your life. You can ask the people around you, your parents, your family, what has always been there, and a pattern will reveal itself.